You want this or not? You're a hungry little bird. Can't believe he can swallow these big pieces. You doing alright? Hard to tell, really, isn't it? No, he's still too small to get out there, I'm afraid. Good. Where are you going? Slippery floor, isn't it? So I think he's about 10 days old, maybe 11 or 12 perhaps. Just from looking at other videos on YouTube where people had a sparrow that they knew was 10 days old and it looked like this. If you would keep still for a second, it'd be a bit easier to look at. Well, that's interesting. He calmed down as soon as I picked him up. Now he's like going to sleep. Huh. Maybe it's because my hand is a bit warm or something. But anyway, the main reason I put him in this box here was to just check that his leg was alright, because it seemed like he was standing on his foot upside down, this one. But it must have just been because he wasn't able to really move around very freely in that little box with all the straw. But with the slippery surface of this plastic one, it soon became apparent that the leg is okay, as far as I can tell. Does he want the box or the straw? Can't make up his mind. No, he wants the box. Likes to be sort of squashed up in a tight little corner like that. Surprisingly well developed claws there already. They're like they're fully grown, but he doesn't seem very able to use his legs much. It's almost like he's walking around on this elbow bit here. At least the first couple of days I had him he was. Just today he seems to be walking on his feet a little bit more. I'm surprised he's not immediately going into this pile of straw. Because when I did this yesterday, all he wanted to do was get back inside the straw. Now he's kind of looking around a bit more. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, oh, you did very good. That's very good. You're going to have to stay there. He's finally discovered his legs, I think. He's bouncing around all over the place. Got out just before, didn't you? Sneaky little dude. Oh. No. This box is just a little bit too low for him. He's very energetic though, that's good. He doesn't seem to be injured or damaged in any way. There we go. Well, that's how he did. Whoa! He gets the tweezers like halfway down his throat. That's good, good, good. You exercise those wings and those legs. That's what you need to do, isn't it? Exercise them without jumping out though. I think we're safe for a little while yet. He's only able to jump about halfway up. Well, I actually forgot about this for a couple of hours, and looks like he's got out and run away, and obviously he's able to jump onto there and onto there, and I'm suspecting he's able to do a lot more than that, because I can't see him anywhere, but there is a sparrow sitting up here in the tree, way up there, chirping exactly the same as my one was. Where is he? And he's just sitting in the same spot for ages. Of course I can't see him now as soon as I get my camera out. And it sounds exactly the same. Oh, there he is. Let's see if I can zoom in there. Is that him? But I can't think that my sparrow would have made it all the way up that tree like that. Well, I shook that branch a little bit and somehow he managed to get himself all the way over there. So he must be able to fly to some extent, or glide or whatever. So I think that's where this story's going to end, because I'm not going up on the roof to get him or anything like that. It's going to be a cold and hungry night, little guy. That'll teach you to run away. Okay, never mind that. Little birdie just flew from there over to here, so his flying's not too bad. I think he'll do alright in that respect, but finding food is still going to be a problem, I think. Hello, you want some food? I think the situation is he can't fly upward. He can only fly down. Let's see if I can get you some food here. Here you go. Look. No? Oh, actually that's probably the best place for you to go, because now I can just pick this up. Very good. Yep, this is definitely my guy. Or girl, whatever it is. You must have walked to the top of the tree, eh? That's how you got up there. You didn't fly up there. Of course. Every time he's flown, since the time I discovered him at the top of the tree, he was flying down and down and down every time. That's what you're doing here on the ground now, isn't it? Okay, this is going to be Birdie's new home. He's got this whole room to himself now. I figured since he's had a taste of the outdoor adventure like that, he's not going to be very comfortable staying in that little box, or even the other box really. And to figure out whether he's ready to fly properly or not, he needs to have a bit more space. So this room here, I've taken everything out of it that I didn't want to get pooed on, and all the surfaces are quite easy to clean. There's no carpet or anything, and I only use this room to scrub my teeth anyway, so it's not much of a loss for me to block off this room. There we go. There you go. That's how you get on my fingers, and you didn't even know what was going to happen, did you? Ooh, ooh, very good. Alright. Here we go up here. Look, that's where you're trying to go, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Oh, you got it. You got it. Good one. Come on, let me do it. Yeah, look at that. Very good. Ooh, not quite though, eh? Try again. Oh, almost. Have another go. Yeah, good one. Oh, if you had have tried here, you would have been fine. Now you're back on the floor. Maybe tomorrow you can fly up from there to the windowsill. Well, until now I had actually not been using this garden netting that I put here. I just had the door closed, because he spent most of his day glued to the window, so I didn't have to worry about him being right behind the door or trying to fly out when I opened the door. But I've decided to go back to having the door open and the garden netting here, and I also put a sheet over the window there so that he couldn't fixate on trying to get outside, because he spent all the time just flapping up and down in front of the window, which is okay for exercising the wing muscles, I guess. but it doesn't really give him much practice at actual flying to and from different places. So since I've done that, he's started cheeping like crazy since I started talking here. But since I covered up the window, he's focused a lot more on the inside of the room and doing just general flying around to all over the place like that, which I think is probably a bit better. And the other reason that I did this was because it's quite hot today. It's the middle of January almost, and he was holding his beak open all the time, which apparently means that they're hot. And with the door open now like this, the cooler air from inside the house can get out there and he's not so hot, so hopefully he's a bit happier like this. I'm hoping this might be a little bit better for mental health as well, because having that view to look out on and not being able to go through the window to fly out there must have been quite distressing for a bird, I would think, and he was just bouncing up and down in front of the window all the time, maybe going a little bit insane in the membrane, but doesn't seem to be too bad now. Well, I had a little visitor while I was working here. Looks like somebody figured out how to get out of his prison. Now I have to figure out how to get him back in there. Come on, come over here. Come on. On the hand. Come on, we'll go for a walk. Yeah, grape? Look at that. I haven't fed him at all today. I've put the food here and he's been able to eat some of it. Well, he ate the banana and the grapes, but he doesn't want to eat the cat food anymore. So I'm just seeing how hungry he gets. The hungrier he gets, the more he pecks at things. He's sort of pecking at my fingers a little bit before. But that's a good habit to get into. Oh, look at this and be impressed, eh? Tell me that you have never seen such a clever little birdie, hmm? Okay. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Oh, you're getting very good at that now. I'll try it again. Ready? Amazing what a hungry tummy will do for your motivation, isn't it? He's quite reliably doing this all the time now. Yeah, look, you go on there. Go on the branch. Alright. Now come over here. Ha. Oh, you can do this too. Watch this.
Watch this. Watch what he do.
If I don't want him on here, I throw him up. He'll fly up, but then he'll land on my hand again. Watch this. Whoop. Oh, okay, maybe not. Come on. Very good. Very good. Come here. Look. Look at this. Man, the grape never fails. It's definitely the grape is the favourite, eh? He likes the banana, but it's quite tricky to get it down his mouth because it's so soft. It just sort of squashes around the outside of his beak and you can't get it. Can't get it down yet, can you? Oh, look at this gang of thugs out here. I hope they don't give my little birdie a hard time when he goes outside. Look at them, big and mean. Scary. Okay, little guy, you want to go outside? Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, now we're going to go for a little walk. Show you something interesting. Oh, he's looking all around, but he's not going anywhere yet. Look. Freedom. Freedom. Go downstairs. And we put you on the table. See those grapes there? Oops. No. Now, to get out of the garage, he has to go under there. I put this thing up here to stop birds mostly coming in and shitting all over everything in my garage, but it stops the bugs and the dust and cuts down the wind a little bit too, but it'll be a little bit of a puzzle for him to figure out where he has to go to get out. See, last time you were out here you couldn't fly properly, but I think you're okay now. So why don't you get off your ass and go and fly somewhere instead of making me waste my SD card. Oh. No, this is not where you're supposed to be flying to. Look. See if you can find those grapes there that I put for you. You want the grapes? Look. Look. Yeah, very good. I think he's looking at me as a source of food a little bit too much still. But he has been searching for food. The last 2 days I haven't given him any food, like haven't put any food in his mouth. And the second day I actually hid the food. I didn't like place it right in front of him. I distracted him while he was looking away. I'd put the food somewhere else in the room. And then I'd come back later and he'd find them all. He'd often find them all within about 20 seconds of me putting them down, even though he wasn't watching when I put them there. So they must have really, really good eyesight. What's next? There's 3 pieces of grape down the hatch. What are you going to do now? It's been like 2 or 3 minutes just sitting there looking around. Here we go. Okay, there's a window over there, isn't there? Yeah, but that's not where... I might have to open that curtain that I've got at the front of the garage. There we go. Alright, since you didn't figure it out and I'm running out of patience, I'll just take you over there. We'll do it like this. Ready? Look at that, sunshine. Sunshine and a breeze. Look at that, you're outside. You want to hop down there? Can't see anything in my screen here. Hop on the car roof. He doesn't want to get off. Oh! Here we go. Sorry about that, can't see anything in my screen. Seems to spend a lot of time just sitting around looking. Oh look, he's picking at stuff on the ground. Great. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So apparently the main thing that they need to develop before they can go out, other than flying obviously, is the motivation or the inclination to search for food rather than just have it like open their mouths and expect that food will fly into it. And this is exactly what I wanted to see. Look at this. He's pecking around at things like that. Great. I'd like to see him do some proper flying, because he's just sitting on the ground for quite a while, which is a bit worrying. You gotta like really fly if you're gonna make it in this world, my little friend. When something approaches you like I'm doing now, you have to fly away. There we go, look at that. Very good, okay. He's not used to the wind. Makes it a bit harder to keep your balance there, doesn't it? Oh, I see he's picking at stuff, but it's not very productive picking. Just sort of randomly picking at whatever leaf is in front of him. I suppose he'll figure it out eventually. Okay, well, he's not going far in each flight, and he's having a bit of a struggle with the wind, which unfortunately has now picked up a bit. But I think he should be alright. He's got, like I say, he's got like 14 hours of daylight left, and he has a full tummy. Anyway, he'll be okay, won't he? Look at all this wide open space he has to play in now. Well, it's a bit anticlimactic at the end, isn't it? But thanks for watching. See you next time.